Vsb Tv 11 News for Wednesday, February 12th. I'm Peter Kitzel. Our top story: hunger has surfaced during the past year as one of the Ministry of Community and Cultural Affairs' chief concerns. But as he looks at the year ahead and the OBA budget that he will be working with, Minister Wayne Scott has a frank answer to the social pressures he has found.
Financial restraints notwithstanding, do you get concerned when you realize how serious some of the issues with hunger have become?
It's a travesty. I mean, in a country as as plentiful as Bermuda, if you will, we've really let ourselves down. And we're in an unsustainable state, and we have dysfunction that we really haven't done as much as we could to help each other and work with it. And in some instances, we've grown that. And as a community, that is something that concerns me very, very much. So we're working real hard to how do we help those that need help, not just financially, but to get to a better place. And I look at programs again like this, community-driven development. And if you look at the group of young ladies when they first started this program to as they've moved through this program, and just the walking around with the head held up high with the self-esteem and just the employability of these individuals, this is the thing that we must focus more on. We've looked at national sports policy to how can we really take our efforts and maximize them in one direction. We're looking at doing the same thing with our cultural policy. I mean, we really need to utilize our resources more effectively to continue to make sure that we help our people as much as we can.
And the hunger situation must have been something that you've talked about.
Yeah, it's Bermuda's in a tough place. Bermuda's in a tough place, and you have to help your people in society.
The Keep Bermuda Beautiful Committee is increasing its determination to tackle litter in Bermuda. Executive Director Margaret Hyde says education will play a key role in some of the tactics.
We are trying to increase our education and our outreach so that more and more people are aware. We are in the schools. There used to be a great school program for KBB, and we'd like to see that return so that KBB's lessons are in every single school, as well as teaching adults. We've maybe missed a generation of adults that are not consciously aware of their actions. One little thoughtless toss of a beer bottle in the woods or a litter bag out of your car window as you're driving along has its effects on not only the visual aspects but on the risk that the dangers that are posed to the wildlife and marine life. What do we have new planned for KBB? Well, we've been successful at picking up so much litter and removing that. Over the last 4 years, we've removed over 500,000 pounds of litter from Bermuda's woods and railway trails and beaches. But we can do better. We need to really educate everybody, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, is education.
Having been in existence for 50 years, the question begs why Bermudians appear not to be getting the message to keep Bermuda beautiful.
We don't know whether it's convenient to make it someone else's problem, and when you do put the litter somewhere else, then it's no longer your problem. But we have new legislation now. That litter is yours till it's finally disposed of. I mean finally burnt in the incinerator. So it's called cradle-to-grave legislation. And if there's any identifying pieces of information inside the litter bag, you risk being prosecuted for that.
Around 15 Delwood students in M3 are taking part in a youth police initiative that is aimed at bringing police and the youth closer together. The program, which has been running for 3 years, has enabled the police to interact with young people in a positive, relaxed environment.
Every day at around 3:45, students from Delwood get picked up and taken to the Youth Police Initiative, where they are able to express themselves to police officers and discuss issues facing the youth today. Darren Woods, who is one of the facilitators at the Youth Police Initiative, said a key factor in connecting with the teens is to have an open mind and be non-judgmental. Mr. Woods explained the impact the program has on the teens.
In their everyday interactions with police officers, the kids that come through our program, they definitely handle themselves differently in certain situations where things can become toxic with their interactions with the police. They know what provokes the police, they know what the police provoke them, so they're more aware, self-aware of how things can get out of control, and so hopefully every time they get in those situations, they can use the tools that they've learned in the program in their interactions.
In one of the activities the youth took part in, they outlined some factors to strengthen relationships between police and the youth.
The question was, what would you like a police officer to know about how they interact with young people, how to better interact with young people? And the big things was tone of voice, how police question them, how they approach them, their tone of voice and their mannerisms, being irritating. They didn't really go into how to describe what irritating might mean, but lots of questions, and how they're posed and how they're asked. And just the whole mannerism, body language were the main things that they really wanted the police to know. Is when you approach us in a certain way, then we automatically become on guard.
Leela Watson, who is also a facilitator for the program, explains that although the students will graduate from the Youth Police Initiative this Friday, the program as a whole doesn't end there.
So once they graduate from the Youth Police Initiative, they enter into our Youth Leadership Academy, which focuses on what it really means to be an everyday leader. They learn that an everyday leader is self-aware, has vision and sets goals, is informed and owns their choices, and also is an agent of everyday change. They get to do a big project which they decide on, something that helps them make their community a little bit of a better place. Once they graduate from that, they're in our youth leadership community, and they stay with us through the completion of high school.
I'm Julia Smatt, reporting for Vsb News.
Rare specimens of the Columbus crab, the tiny inhabitant of the Sargasso Sea near Bermuda, are being found washed up in the debris that recent storms have brought to the Dorset coast in southwest England. The Daily Mirror is reporting this morning that the 3,000-mile odyssey of the Columbus crabs has astonished marine scientists in the UK, since most of this species of crustacean are just half an inch in diameter. They are believed to have been discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492 during his first voyage to the New World, hence their name. The last time the crabs were found on the English coast was after Hurricane Katrina in 2007. Despite the force of this year's storms on the English coast, the crabs appear no worse for wear. A 62-year-old man appeared in magistrate's court this morning on charges of being caught with drug paraphernalia. Chesterfield Johnson pleaded guilty to having a pipe on his person that is used to smoke cocaine. The court heard that Johnson was stopped by police who were conducting road checks on North Street on May 9th of 2013, shortly before 5 a.m. Police spotted the defendant drop an item in the road before offering his license so the police could take a look at it. The police then recovered a metal pipe, which later tested positive for cocaine. In court, Johnson told senior magistrate Archibald Warner he was trying to use the drug for medical reasons. He went on to say that smoking cocaine works for him, but that he would like to break his habit. Mr. Warner then referred Johnson's case to the drug court to enable Johnson to get drug treatment. Still ahead, our children's teeth are now benefiting from a new sealant program. But next is Rachel Sorden with the weather preview.
Thanks, Peter. Continued strong winds with an approaching gale tomorrow. On the radar, we can see some shower activity in the area, so it's not unlikely that we're going to get a shower or two overnight. Please stay tuned for the full weather report later.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb Tv 11.
Save $1 per pound on fresh Tender Choice boneless pork chops, only $5.99 per pound. Fresh strawberries, just $4.99 for a 1-pound package. Simply 5,000 double-rolled toilet tissue, only $3.39 for a package of 4. Cinnamons or apple and cinnamon Cheerio cereal, only $4.99 for a 12.8-ounce box. Save $1.26 on a 6-pack of regular or Diet Pepsi soda, only $4.99. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Copyfax is Bermuda's authorized Samsung dealer. See a large range of Samsung color and black and white multifunctional machines, printers, scanners, faxes, and copiers, and all networkable. Copyfax has Samsung machines suitable for home, office, or any size business in an A4 format, taking up less room than other similar equipment. And replacement supplies are in stock for all of their Samsung products. Affordable shopping at Copyfax Limited, where service comes first.
Tee up for golf. Join Port Royal Golf Club before February 28th and get 1 month free. Membership includes access to partner courses, discounts in the golf shop, PGA Grand Slam passes, use of Cambridge Beach's facilities, and more. With 25 member tournaments and the new Bella Vista Bar and Grill, we've also upped our social game. Join Port Royal and enjoy a private club experience at Bermuda's premier public course. Visit portroyalgolf.bm.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda.
Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off.
Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
Some good news coming out of the Fairmont Hamilton Princess, and it has to do with food. VSB's Charles Webb has the details.
The Fairmont Hamilton Princess will have a signature restaurant opening in May. And that's the good news. What's even better is that Bermudians and visitors will then have an opportunity to experience the skills of internationally acclaimed celebrity chef Marcus Samuelsson, Ethiopian-born, Swedish-raised chef and restaurateur who opened New York restaurant Red Rooster Harlem and its sister speakeasy and jazz lounge, Ginny Supper Club, is also an award-winning chef and cookbook author. He was also the youngest chef to ever receive 2 3-star ratings from the New York Times, and also has the distinction of having served as guest chef for the first state dinner of the Obama administration. Top Chef Masters and the Food Network show Chopped, one of my favorites, is part of Chef Samuelsson's extensive repertoire. So, when you see that Ethiopian flag billowing in the breeze over the iconic hotel, you'll know that it is in honor of this Ethiopian culinary genius who will surely be bringing new flavors from fresh-caught local fish to an array of Caribbean and Portuguese ingredients and traditions to the local tables. Forgive me for salivating, but I can't wait. For VSB News, I'm Charles Webb.
Following the success of the fluoride dental protection program in the schools in the 20th century, Bermuda is now looking at offering the new sealant program for older children who have lost their incisors. Minister of Health Trevor Moniz said today that those schools that had high sealant utilization had the lowest levels of decay among students at 15 years of age, and that therefore if sealants are promoted and utilized in 12-year-old patients, the level of decay can be expected to decrease. The eating habits of our youth have changed, he added, and the level of decay has increased slightly, though still far below the levels for which the fluoride program was first introduced. Current decay levels are also still lower than the WHO target for 2020. Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Global stock markets advanced on Wednesday after upbeat trade data from China, while the pound rose against the dollar. U.S. stocks fell as declines in companies from Procter & Gamble Co. to Amazon.com Inc. overshadowed optimism about economic growth. The S&P 500 fell 0.03% to 1,819. The following shares traded today on the Bermuda Stock Exchange: 2,820 shares of Ascendant Group, 1,600 shares of BF&M, 11,200 shares of Bank of Butterfield, 1,500 shares of Keytech, 10,000 shares of Summers Limited. European stocks extended their brisk week-long rally, with banking stocks leading gains after robust results and on hopes of rising dividends in the sector. France's CAC 40 rose 0.52%. Asian stocks advanced to a 3-week high after better-than-estimated Chinese trade data bolstered confidence in global economic growth. Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 1.47%, and the Shanghai Composite added 0.30%. Latin American markets were mixed. The Vsb fell on speculation that a weakening Brazilian currency will fuel inflation and spur further interest rate increases. Treasuries fell for a second day as the U.S. sold $24 billion in 10-year notes. 10-year yields rose 4 basis points to 2.76%. The dollar traded mixed against major peers. The euro fell as weak factory output data prompted speculation of further monetary stimulus in the EU. The pound sterling rose as the Bank of England hinted at interest rate hikes in 2015. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after the break.
Save half price on juicy cantaloupes, only $2.99 each. Save $1.50 per pound on fresh Purdue chicken drumsticks or thighs, only $1.99 per pound. Everything's better with Bluebonnet on it. 1-pound box of margarine sticks, only $1.69. Save 49 cents on an 8-ounce Swanson chicken or turkey pot pie, only $1.19. Scott Choose-A-Size paper towels, only $2.49 per roll. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
It's our fantastic February savings event going on now. We have something for every room of your home and incredible savings all month long. Browse around our site to find exactly what you're looking for. New styles, new colors, a new look for your home. We have a huge selection of beautiful furniture and amazing prices that won't last long. So stop in today. You won't want to miss our fantastic February savings event going on now.
Did you make a resolution to save in 2014? One thing you can kiss goodbye is your internet bill. That's right, kiss your internet bill goodbye and say hello to free home internet for 1 year when you sign up for Digicel postpaid mobile service. You'll get free 6 meg home internet service, a $600 value, or $50 per month towards a faster internet plan for 12 months. Offer ends March 1st, so hurry in. Terms apply. See DigicelBermuda.com for details. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
Price Right on Mill Reach offers you warehouse shopping for bulk and value price groceries, frozen foods and health and beauty items, home furnishings, dinnerware and carpets for your bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen, bikes, toys, and activity sets for kids, teens, and tweens, electronics and home and audio-visual accessories. Visit Price Right. Always something new and always something for everyone. Open 9 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sundays.
One of the reasons Martha Dismond, director of the Family Center, is happy to see the creation of the Bermuda Community Foundation with an endowment of $8 million, is that it will sow the seeds for a more secure funding system for local charities. She made the comment when Vsb News' Brian Darby lamented the time she appeared to devote to fundraising instead of directing her important family agency.
I'm always worried that someone of your talent and the need to get out there and do what you're good at gets blunted by the fact that you're constantly having to go and fundraise. It takes your time and distracts you. So anything that changes that is going to be a good thing, isn't it?
That's right, and it's interesting you've mentioned that, because we think about that all the time. We need to be I certainly need to be fundraising less and really focusing on how do we strengthen the social service environment in Bermuda to respond more effectively to the needs we have. And for those who think that the needs are going to be unending, they won't be. If we can get ourselves in a space to be more effective as agencies, we will tackle this problem on this small island. But we need to be stronger in our response. In other words, we need to strengthen our capacity. So if anyone out there is interested in giving enough dollars so that I don't have to be fundraising so much, just give us a call. We could use that. But we're also looking at many different strategies to get dollars in and to develop this sort of operating reserve fund that gives us the ability to keep programs running and less me running, chasing dollars.
As part of the Black History Month observance, Vsb TV 11 is showing relevant films on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. As a result, NBC network programming, including Olympic coverage, will be interrupted at these times.
Bermuda has 55 elite track athletes registered, with half of those living overseas. The president of the Bermuda National Athletics Association, Donna Watson, says athletes from Pacers, Flyers, Dash, Bounce, and Sigma are now training at TN Tatum and Whitney because they have been hit with a training fee at the Sports Center. Sports Minister Wayne Scott says it's a work in progress, with some wrinkles still being ironed out. In the second part of an interview, the chairman of the Sports Center Board of Trustees, Sean Tucker, told VSB Sports that people must stop believing the new fees came about due to the new aquatics center.
That's not true. The sales for the aquatic center for January are higher than they were for July and August, and so the sales that we've enjoyed for the warmer months that we've experienced in the new year have contributed very much toward the sales that we've enjoyed.
Okay, so break it down for me. What is the fee that, say, I want to come up and use the track? What a member of the public? What is the fee? And then what is the fee for if I'm aspiring athlete, got to train on Chevron? I don't want to train on grass and then go away to compete on Chevron. I want to train on the same facility that I'm going away to compete on. So what are the price structures that we're looking at?
It's $8 an hour if you wanted to come up and train as a member of the public. If you were a member of the National Athletic Association, it would be less. The track clubs, they are charged by the hour. I believe it's $35 an hour, which really isn't much at all. So if you've got a track club with, say, 20 kids who want to come up and train, they pay $35 an hour. That's just over $1 a kid. It's not very much at all. You compare that to the hockey field, which is $125 an hour, or the North Field, which is also $125 an hour. If you compare the two, it's not much at all.
Right. When does this go into effect, or is it in effect?
It's in effect. It started on the 27th of January, and we've not really, other than the noise that you've heard in the press, the track clubs themselves, they've been very receptive to it, and they've been paying.
There's still rumblings going on.
Right. And there's still some things that we need to work out, and we're continuing to work on it. I will point out that every sports governing body that utilizes the National Sports Center does help to contribute towards maintenance of the particular areas. and that's something that the track athletes have never had to do. There's always been provisions where you have athletes training for international events do have access, free access to the National Sports Center. Right. What we may need to look at is that's only a couple of weeks in advance. But, you know, looking at some of the uniqueness of the track facility, we may need to look at expanding that time frame, or once you have your official team being picked, even for CRIFTA, for Commonwealth, which is coming up, just make sure that those times are probably extended.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Our weather shot is brought to us by Valerie Dill. Absolutely stunning sunrise. Not a cloud in the sky, and the sun just sitting right on the horizon. Rays reflecting off the ocean like a laser beam in the center of the shot. Incredible. Just to kick off kind of a nice day, a little iffy at times, but thank you so much, Valerie, for sending this incredible shot in. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 71 at 9 in the morning and a low of 62 at 12 in the afternoon. Current conditions, 65 degrees, humidity 70%, winds easterly at 20 knots, and barometric pressure is falling slowly at 30.09 inches. Rainfall index for the month of February, 1.39, yearly total, 7.62, yearly normal for this time is 7.45 inches. And looking at the satellite, high pressure retreats to the northeast as winds continue to increase through the evening. A developing storm in the southeastern U.S. begins to push into the area on Thursday, continuing to increase winds to gale force late Thursday into Friday morning. Possible thunder will precede a cold front pushing across the area Friday mid-morning. And looking at the gateway cities, Atlanta, partly cloudy and 37, Boston, snow and 36, Charlotte, snow and sleet, 39, London, 46 and partly cloudy, Miami, 76 and mostly cloudy, New York, rain and snow and 36, Orlando, partly cloudy and 67, Philadelphia, 34 and snow, Toronto, 25, partly cloudy, Washington, slow and sleet at 34 degrees. And back at home tonight, mostly cloudy with a shower or two around, low near 62, winds northeast 20 to 25 knots, and then backing east-southeast 20 to 25 knots. Tomorrow, cloudy with a few showers increasing later, and a chance of thunder with a high near 72, winds southeast 20 to 30 knots with gusts up to 40 knots, then veering southerly by the evening and increasing 25 to 35 knots with gusts up to 55 knots overnight. Marine tonight, we've got a small craft warning. Seas inside the reef 0 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef 6 to 9 feet. The sea surface temperature is 71 degrees. Marine tomorrow, we've got a small craft warning that continues through the evening and a gale warning through late night. Seas inside the reef 2 to 3 feet. Seas outside the reef 7 to 10 feet. High tide will be at 7:25 in the morning and low tide will be at 1:49 in the afternoon. And looking at the 5-day forecast. Friday, mostly cloudy, showers into the afternoon with a risk of thunder early, windy with a high near 74. Saturday, increasing clouds, developing showers and a chance of thunder late, windy with a high near 72. Sunday, mix of sun and cloud, 1 or 2 showers early with a high near 66. On Monday, mostly cloudy with showers and a high near 68. Thank you to Jeremy Entwistle, our meteorologist for tonight, and everyone at the Bermuda Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sawden. Have a great evening.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited. Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sawden, provided by Gibbons Company.